I became a frequent traveler. I got to see different people, got to meet different people, got to see different cultures. The best part about traveling is, you going sleepless, being sleepless, and you're sort of in a hangover that you're in a different place. I mean, I'm a very social person, so I'm very excited to meet different people. I prefer doing spontaneous plans. I never knew about this, Great Canyon of India. It's a magical place. Trust me. Actually, it looks so unreal. I got an opportunity to see the entire city on a cable car. I went to this beach in Kerala. So there were these two foreigners who were surfing, and they did teach me the basic surfing as well. I can swim really well, but in the pool, not in the beach. I thought I can swim in the beach as well, and I was swimming. I think traveling is beyond, reading books and watching videos and learning school, college. I think this is much, much more. Since we get to meet so many people, learn so lot of experiences.
Thank you for joining us, Nikhil. So as a performer, as a musician, you do travel a lot. So can you tell us a bit about your travel stories?
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. So I started quite early. Basically, my father is a magician, and I used to travel with him, close by. I mean, in the city. And then when I started performing individually, I started getting opportunities to perform, in other cities, other states. That's how, I became a frequent traveler. I got to see different people, got to meet different people, got to see different cultures, got to taste different food. So yeah, basically this is my experience. That's because of my profession. That's me being an illusionist.
So you started traveling in Bangalore with your father first, and then you started, as you became a traveler, like as you became a magician itself, you started going to other cities, traveling across the country then.
That's true.
Okay, so can you tell us the best part about traveling? What's your favorite thing about traveling?
The best part about traveling is, you going sleepless, being sleepless, and you're sort of in a hangover that you're in a different place. So generally, what happens if you have that hangover wherever you are, probably in your city, you feel tired. But it's that feeling in a different place is completely different. You're so excited to see the new place, the air, the smell is completely different in a different city. You're so excited to meet. I'm a very social person, so I'm very excited to meet different people, talk to them, learn about their experiences, their life, and taste their food, learn about traditions, all this. And I love history, so when I speak to people, I ask about their local history as well.
So it sounds like traveling becomes a collection of local stories for you,
No,
where you
that's
talk
true.
to the people, culture, feel the city as it's supposed to be.
That's true.
And so as a traveler, when you do you plan meticulously, or do you just go spontaneously and figure out that fine, I'll see what comes my way?
I would say I'm a hybrid. I do both as of now, but I prefer doing spontaneous plans. Because I think the universe knows better. You should just leave everything to universe and let the universe guide you, take you to places. And as a magician, I feel there should be an element of surprise. Only then, things are magical. So if you plan beforehand, yes, I feel I do a basic skeleton planning, but not in depth. Just to have the basic understanding, just to take the safety measures. But otherwise, you get the rush only when you just start exploring and just keep going wherever the universe takes you. Yeah.
So when you say skeletal plan, is it like the dates, the booking of tickets, those things, and also the most famous places to visit, or the other aspects of it?
I try to avoid visiting the most famous places, and I try to explore the unexplored. This is what I do. But if it's in this state, I don't have to worry about the dates and tickets. But if it's in a different state, I do check my flights and all
Calendar.
that. That's correct.
And so your journey to Gandikota was something that caught our eye. Can you tell us about it? How did you begin? How was the whole trip?
Again, this was not a planned trip. I was there for a private event. So I was there to perform for uh, one of the politicians in Gandikota. So while I was traveling, I was just checking about. I think Gandikota is in Kadapa district. I was learning a little history about Kadapa, and then I got to see these pictures of Gandikota. My dad was in the US for a couple of years, and he used to send me pictures of the Great Canyon, and it actually looks so unreal. And this looks something similar. I never knew about this, Great Canyon of India, which is in Gandikota. I was so excited. I asked the event manager if he could, figure out a transport for me and take me there. It's a 2-kilometer trek from the bottom. You have to just climb up, trek 2 kilometers, and trust me, the view was breathtaking. Kadapa in general, it's a really hot place. I was there in summer, and as soon as I reached the place, I was in sort of distress and I was very uncomfortable because it's really, really hot and there was no people. There's nobody. It was just me all alone. I went there. As soon as I reached the top, the cool breeze and the river, it's just breathtaking. It was fantastic. Anybody who likes traveling, who's not visited Gandikota, they have to. It's amazing. As soon as I reached there, I was thinking this is not India. Trust me, it looks amazing. The formations actually looks like, as if there's an engineer who's created this magical place, but fantastic. Nature's done an amazing job, I would say.
It sounds magical when you describe it this way.
It is. Trust me, if you haven't been there, you have to go.
Right. And what other places did you visit there, apart from the Great Canyon?
Unfortunately, in Gandikota, there's no other place. I mean, there's a fort which kings have built. Like, I did get to see all that. Since I like history, I did just explore that a little bit. I did visit a temple also. But I think that's it in Gandikota. I had to leave. I had to catch my flight in the night, so I had to leave soon. So in Gandikota, that's what I did. But in Gandikota is famous for food. They're famous for gold and food. So I had their chicken and mutton biryani.
And how was it?
Too good. Mind blowing.
Better than Hyderabad biryani?
Trust me.
Was
it is.
So we have new food places to explore there then.
Yeah.
This was in Gandikota, but what about Andhra Pradesh in general? Have you visited Visakhapatnam, other spaces there? What was that like?
Again, I have visited Vizag. I feel Vizag is one of the most underrated places, at least to me and my friends or traveling circle, because in my circle, I haven't heard of us talking about Vizag when it comes to traveling. So when I visited Vizag, it's a magical place. Trust me. So there are a lot of beaches, and trust me, they're so clean. People are amazing. Food is amazing. There's this driveway, very unique, and there's sport. I got an opportunity to see the entire city on a cable car. That's also beautiful. And for children, there's train and there's little amusement stuff. And I think a ship from Sri Lanka was here, but the pirates who had landed on this in Vizag, in one of the beaches, and it's still there. You get to see that. That's also nice. And I think there's Navy, there's a port. I'm sure the Navy's, the museum and stuff, we did go there also. That's amazing. So you get to see what's inside a Navy ship, and a lot of things to see. There are mountains, there are beaches, very scenic, beautiful. I'm sure you've seen this Hollywood symbol on
the famous one that appears in most of
the movies, right? So they have a similar thing in Vizag. Exactly the same. Too good. Amazing city.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like India when you picture it this way.
Very scenic city.
So, have you visited the Ramakrishna beach?
In Vizag, yeah, I have. I have. Again, one of the cleanest beaches I've seen. I've been to a lot of beaches, so that's why I'm telling you, it's very clean and it's very beautiful. So they've got these rocks in between the stones. I don't know what they call it, but for pictures, it's an amazing beach.
And were the people, what was the vibe like in that beach?
Again, I was there in summer.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot of people. So it's again, it's a little hot, but it was beautiful. The vibe was great.
And you know, when you describe these hidden gems, language becomes a barrier for a lot of people who don't know the local language or are not even familiar with the state language there. So, has language ever been a barrier to you, or how would you suggest people to travel especially when it comes to language?
Frankly, for me, no. I've been born and brought up in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So Bangaloreans mostly speak all the languages, or at least understand all the languages. So my mother tongue is Kannada. So I understand and speak Kannada very fluently. I can speak English, obviously, and then Tamil, Telugu, and little bit of Malayalam, and at least understand Malayalam. And I can manage Urdu also. So I think I can travel across the country easily without any language barriers. For people who have language barriers, what do I suggest? Probably just meet the right people to figure out things. Probably, I would say the rickshaw guys generally help with the
spaces
with the demographics. Yeah, I think they should help you out. Otherwise, if they're not helpful, I think generally police people are quite friendly to help people out. Yeah,
like you use it for food, then it sounds like that you try to taste the local cuisine and just get the best out of that place from the localites.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a completely different experience. The way they cook, with the vessels they cook, it's completely different from what we generally taste in, hotels. It's completely different. The taste is completely different. And it's more flavorful is what I feel. And it's more real.
I think the whole atmosphere, the climate makes it much more better because they cook according to the place.
And they know who they're cooking for. I think there's so much love which is put in while they're cooking, and that's more important.
Right. And do you have a travel hack that saved your trip, especially when you have traveled alone, not for corporate, let's say, because I think with corporate you might have planned things and limited time to go. But when you're traveling solo, and a hack that's really saved your trip?
Traveling solo, there are so many times where I've missed my flights. Just don't be scared. Although, we are in a different city amongst different people. Just be confident and don't get scared. Don't get emotional is what I would say. Travel hack is this one barrier what I have. Generally, I carry huge suitcases with me because I'm always ready for shows. I think it's always a negative thing for me because there's so much to carry around, and there are not a lot of places which I can visit. One thing what I do is I carry my meds, not to, when we go out, we tend to drink water. We tend to eat different food that those spices might suit your tummy. So if you might have a funny tummy, so carry those meds. That's very important. And basic first aid is also very, very important. And pack small. And otherwise, toiletries is important. And I think this much is more than enough. A towel and undies when you go visit the water places. I think that's it. They should do.
The basics of traveling to make sure that you have the necessary items always carried in your bag. As you mentioned that, for you, because of your work, you travel a lot. And I think being a magician, it just automatically attracts people and they are curious to meet. Have you ever tried one of your tricks with localites outside of your stage, or just surprise them with something?
Of course, I do it all the time. So I do a lot of impromptu magic, probably be it in the airport or be it to my drivers or the chefs or in a restaurant. I really like doing that because the smile what I get after the performance and how the surprise element,
Yeah.
what they showed on their face is completely different from what I actually perform for the corporate employees. No offense for all my audience, but that really brings that some sort of happiness and keeps me going all day. That's a completely different feeling. And that's how I've made a lot of friends who are still in touch with me. When I post something, you know, they comment, they say, hello, when you're coming back, let's meet, we had such a nice time. And I'm sure the next time I visit them, they'll give me a great hospitality.
You become a memory, and not just for the travel, but the action that you did, that one magic. Just becomes a
Definitely, I'm
memorable
sure there are a lot of other artists who go there and perform, probably sing and dance and all that. Since magic is a unique art, I'm 100% sure they'll remember me all their life.
Do you have any memorable reaction that you got from one of these people, or something that was extremely special or surprising?
Lots of memories, but I'm talking about the recent event. What happened? Again, we missed our flight, so I had to come back by train, and it was my birthday. My birthday is on 13th, and 12th night I was supposed to take a train at 11:50. The train was delayed. I was sitting, and you know the waiting area, right?
And which place are we talking about?
We're talking about Raichur.
Okay.
In Karnataka. So I was there, and I started getting calls. I was saying thank you. So this guy who takes care of the waiting area, I've actually posted it on Instagram. You can check it out later.
Yeah, your TC wala story where you're playing a trick on the IRTC guy.
Yeah, that's the one. So he heard and he said, why you is it your birthday? Because he sort of observed, and in the night there was nobody, it was just us. So I said, yeah, and that's when he asked me, what do you do? And I said, I'm a magician. He didn't believe. Then I had to do something, and you can see his reaction. It's amazing. Nice guy.
Makes sense. So it just completely surprised you. He was also surprised that, oh, there actually exists a magician. And do you have any travel plans for 2025?
Yes, I have a lot of travel plans. So I did mention that I used to travel for work and then try to explore few stuff. But now I've decided, work or not, if it's not work, I'm just going to explore. I'm planning to visit quite a few places, including Dubai and Thailand. I haven't been to these places yet. Philippines as well. So 3 countries this year, 100% for sure. And I have decided monthly twice, and I have to leave the city. Weekly once, I have to go inside the city somewhere.
So you want to travel everywhere, like in the city, outside the city, as well as the world?
See, the world is so big. Even if I start traveling now and if I visit a place every day, I won't be able to cover it, right? It's impossible. So at least right now I'm young. I think there's more possibility of me covering places a little faster compared to when I get older. So yeah, I want to see as many places as possible, and I want to meet as many as people possible.
Hopefully that comes true this year.
Thank you. Touch wood.
So when you're traveling alone, or not for work, let's say with a group or something, what do you usually like to do? It sounds like you really like food, but apart from that, how would you want to spend the trip?
So when I travel alone, mostly people prefer, chilling back in the room, switch on the AC, watch TV, chill with friends. But I step out immediately. Probably I take a quick bath. I step out and I start meeting. I start from my hotel people. Like I ask them, what's around. Then I just start walking and I meet people. Probably I have to take the local ride. I start taking and ask them what's around. Then I do a little bit of research. Okay, what quickly I can see. So that's what I do. 2 things I see. One is places which is nearby, and one is places which is unexplored, like hidden gems, and the other one is food. What's the local famous food?
Any hidden gems or underrated places that you would recommend to people?
Hidden gems, there are so many. Let me talk about my recent experience. Like I'm just back from Western Ghats 2 days back, and we explored so many hidden falls. It's so beautiful. Western Ghats, I feel, is one of the most underrated places. There are a lot of visitors, but people mostly go for temples, is what I believe. and Araku Valley, and I think Spiti Valley as well. People do go there.
Yeah, I think
People
it's
do go there.
known among. It's a vacation place.
It's a vacation. Oh, trust me, it's very beautiful. And what else? There's one place in Kerala which is very similar to Alleppey, but not Alleppey. I think it's more quieter and it's more scenic. I forgot the name.
I think you're keeping it hidden.
Yeah, let me keep it
Yeah.
hidden.
Keeping it a secret. Let people explore and then tell you that, oh, this is the place you were talking about, probably. Nowadays we see that, especially after COVID, there have been a lot of reels about hidden places, hidden gems that have started booming up. Like earlier, we did not know. For instance, a lot of people did not know Gokarna before a few years, like literally. Now everybody talks about Gokarna, and that's kind of also happened because of social media. So, do you think that hidden gems, especially that places that are extremely close to the local people, when people just put it out and then, the travelers go there and dump things, what would you say to people when they're traveling, especially to such local, remote places?
I feel, see, we're nobody to stop these travelers. There are very passionate travelers who care a lot about the environment. So when they go there, they do maintain that sort of discipline and keep it clean, not make sounds and, disturb the environment. But there are these very young travelers who are so excited. I'm not telling they do it on purpose, but they're so excited. They see the scenery and they go a little crazy, just keep throwing and doing whatever they want. I would suggest not to do that. But at the same time, yes, these places are very close to these localites, right? And especially in our South Indian culture, there are a lot of places which we also pray, and we do a lot of pujas in certain places. So I think everybody has to understand and respect their thoughts as well. If they do that, it will be fantastic. But otherwise, I would suggest everybody to go and look for these hidden gems and not disturb the environment.
Right. So be mindful of the culture, the place, the people,
Yeah.
and keep it clean and have a nice trip. Make
Very
it
important.
memorable. Also, has travel changed you, the way you see the world, your personal opinions, your work?
It has, big time. So every time I visit a place, I meet so many people. Every time I come back from a place, I see a change in myself, be it my behavior or my work, whatever the localites use, I sort of see that, and I use it in my magic props as well. So I'm a big fan of that, incorporating a lot of random things in my acts. So that way, and especially in the remote areas, we meet a lot of these villagers use a lot of, trust me, they're very smart. Their thought process is completely different from what we think. And those thoughts has helped me a lot in a lot of things. It has changed me in a lot of ways. Yeah,
changed everything. Here and there, you try to incorporate the elements.
That's true.
That you've seen or carried in the trip. Is there any prop that you've used, if you can share, that you've used because you saw it somewhere or through your travel, and then you just, incorporated in the act, which normally probably other magicians don't do?
Again, I was in Aguada Fort. I found seashells. So I've used recently. I performed for a company virtually. So I actually used that shell. Yeah.
Nice. I think it's exciting. Then it sounds exciting to see magic with shells, and it sounds like you've actually had a very good travel experiences apart from missing the flights and trains. Has there been a moment when you have traveled and something unexpected, something that probably you wouldn't have been able to handle or never happened before? Has it ever happened to you?
Unable to handle, generally I'm a little street smart, and my dad has trained me well when it comes to that. And since I've been traveling with my father, he keeps teaching me. when it comes to small things as well. So that's not been a challenge, but one challenge people might face is localites are not very cooperative with you, and that way when it comes to travel, food or rooms, lodging, boarding, it might be a little difficult. Just figure out a way to, handle all these situations. For this, a skeleton plan would always help. Have a 6 to 7 boarding plans with you. That should help. But otherwise, I think that's it. You have a basic plan like this, I don't think you should be in trouble.
But it never happened with you on something unexpected, something crazy?
No.
Nice. So, touch wood, you have always had great travel experience. There's one unique thing about your traveling things is that on your Instagram, you don't actually share the location.
Oh, I remembered one thing. So basically, what happened, I went to this beach in Kerala. So there were these 2 foreigners who were surfing, and they did teach me the basic surfing as well. I can swim really well, but in the pool, not in the beach. I thought I can swim in the beach as well, and I was swimming, and I sort of drowned. I almost drowned, and these foreigners are like trained swimmers, trained surfers. They had to save me. Yeah, my dad was there, and my dad was freaking out.
So you actually got saved.
Like if you don't know anything, if you don't know that place, I mean, do keep a step back and have a look, enjoy the view, without any trained, experience or any trainers around you. Do not step into anything.
Right, especially in waters or mountains or somewhere where it's
That's
actually
true.
dangerous.
Very true.
So yeah, I was asking about this thing that, on your Instagram, you don't share the location. And usually people who have a certain number of following, they kind of actually post about their travel, or the whole journey is kind of there on social media too. But your location is never there. Is there any reason why you don't do it?
One thing is to be a little diplomatic with my friend circle and my family circle. They get a little jealous, I would say, if I travel with the other group. I think when you travel with a group, you might have to, follow the entire plan what the group has, which I'm not really comfortable with. And if I leave the group behind and if I go elsewhere, I might have that little bit of, I might be a little upset, or I might be a little, I might think that I'm a little greedy, that I'm just doing everything by myself and they're all at the back waiting for me. I might feel a little bad. So I don't want to have that negative feeling in my mind. When I'm there, I want to be there 100% mentally and physically. And yeah, just to maintain that diplomacy within my crowd.
Saving yourself some trouble there.
Yeah.
Lastly, for a lot of people, traveling can be a new experience, though you've been doing it for years. But, some young people or even older people are very tense to take their first trip, to travel and explore even the nearby places. Any piece of advice or anything you would like to tell?
For the older people who are under medication, yes, they should travel. But I think we've got a lot of travel agencies which actually take care of them really well. I know a couple of them, probably travel with them. So it's much safer, and 24 hours they're with them. They have an emergency number and they're with them. So they're not in trouble. And all the youngsters, yes, go ahead. Travel solo, explore the world. There's so much to learn. I think traveling is beyond, reading books and watching videos and learning school, college. I think this is much, much more. Since we get to meet so many people, learn so lot of experiences. I think this is the only thing which is going to give us that maturity.
To meet real people, see the real places.
That's true.
Thank you so much for sharing all your travel stories with Shopistan and giving us insight to what it's like to travel with Nikhil, if I can say that. It was lovely hearing these stories, snippets of your travel. Thank you so much for doing it.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And you guys do follow Shopistan on Instagram and all social media platforms. Once again, big, magical thank you.